project, from Angola, from Azerbaijan, from Belarus, from Brazil, from India, from Indonesia, from Kazakhstan, from Mozambique, from South Africa, from Ukraine, from Zambia, from Bulgaria, from China, from Belgium, the Netherlands. I think that pretty much covers it.
I'd like to welcome you to the Decisions for Life conference. I know that it's an exciting moment for many of us. We've been waiting and looking forward to this. As I said, my name is Nina. I'm from South Africa, and I'm one of the 4 moderators for the conference. And as you would have seen, the conference has been named after Thabisa. I'm not going to speak much about that. I'm going to hand that over to Sisanda from South Africa to just introduce her. But before we do that, I think, as you might be aware from the conference program, Thabisa tragically passed away in last year. So we'd like to ask you, before we officially open, just to stand up for a moment of silence, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, comrades, I thank you very much for leaving your own personal stuff and come and be with us in this beautiful conference. I want to thank ITUC first for taking this into consideration and making it happen. I want to thank my team from South Africa, Comrade Patricia Neyman, Comrade Nina Benjamin. Thank you for trusting us and believing in us. I just want to say a few things about Thabisa. Though when you want to talk about Thabisa, you want to say a lot. But due to respecting time, we'll have to talk about serious key points. Thabisa Sigaba was born on the 4th of February 1981 in the Eastern Cape province in South Africa. Thabisa was a fighter, a fearless worker, a gender activist, a young mother to her only child, Mihlali, which means excitement. Like any other young female South African, Thabisa had her own fair share of challenges. From providing for her only child to criticism in the union boardrooms. But that did not stop this young female worker to be the voice of other young female workers. Thabisa stood up in 2008 during the nomination process and said this nomination process is gender insensitive. Where are women? Therefore, I'm available for that position. I'm happy to tell you that Thabisa came back from that conference as an elected full-time shop steward. Thabisa stood up in 2010 in Mozambique and said we need to have an international conference where we can share ideas and experiences with other young women worldwide. Thabisa stood up in Mozambique in 2010 and said we do not want to be mothered, but we want to be mentored. Thabisa was the first full-time shop steward in her company. Thabisa said to me during our conference in Mozambique, the campaign has made her to be a better person. She has made very important life-changing decisions through this campaign. From being an ordinary cashier to be where she was at that time. She had her own car, her own place, and very much determined. We are witnessing child and young women trafficking every day by their own relatives. We are witnessing young women being forced into polygamous marriages challenges by their own relatives. Tabitha was driven by such challenges. That is why every one of us in this room should adopt Tabitha's work ethic. Her no fear, no favors approach contributed in taking decisions for life coming into greater heights. We are all here today because of her contribution. I just want to say to you all, we have laid a solid foundation, then let's build the house in this conference. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so now we would like to ask you to think of what is Decisions for Life project for you, and what are your expectations from this?
Expectation for this conference in that not to receive the ideas and exchange experience with other young women, but to see how these good initiatives to continue in the future, not to stop till here, but this to be the start of the something big, more big than this one. So this is my wish, and I hope and believe that together we can make a difference. Thank you.
Introduce the General Secretary of ITUC.
This young woman stormed into our General Council. Not an easy environment for anybody, let me tell you, older male or female, let alone a young woman. And she simply told her story. And in fact, we know that story a little now. She works at the Birchgrove Executive Hotel. She has a story of employment and the barriers to employment in and of itself. I understand she has a diploma in management and marketing, and yet has not been able to find a job in that context because the jobs simply aren't there. Then, of course, she also has 3 children. Can you imagine? She looks like a mere teenager and she has 3 children. She knows the fear of being HIV positive. Despite all of these huge challenges, she's working with her sisters, taking this campaign to workplaces, to the streets, to retail centres, to cyber cafes, to shelters for children, for women battling against domestic violence. And they are talking, she and her sisters are talking to other women about the issues that concern them.
Ja, moet ik even zakken? Zeg maar.